LinkedIn Live. Mark Elder in the house, Julian Placino, and Foster Williams, the job problem. Career search at CityWorks. Career search at CityWorks. Come on, man. Y'all make it. Give us your comments on LinkedIn Live. Jake Melton in the house. Tell us, Foster, what's it about?
Ooh, yeah, no.
Welcome to the Who You Know Job Networking Show, where what you know is important,
but
who you know,
who y'all know can make all the difference in the job search.
My name is Trevor Houston, and I've got my co-host with me today, Mark Elder, a.k.a. Marky Mark, the Big Toe. What's going on, Mark? You like that?
I'm not even sure what to say after that.
You don't know what to say after that, huh?
Yeah.
Well, we got
Happy Turkey Day, everyone.
Happy Turkey Day. Happy Turkey Day. Tomorrow, and the Cowboys are going to beat the Bills. That's what's going to happen, just so y'all know.
You can only hope.
Yeah. No, it's happening. We've got some very special guests with us today, Ali Schroeder and Casey Hasten in the house. Hey.
Thanks for having us back.
Yeah.
I don't know why you keep letting me come in here.
Yeah. We keep breaking LinkedIn. That's what we do.
I know, right?
So, guys, super excited about this show today. But we always like to, before we get started, kind of bless the show, with a prayer for the listeners. So, if everybody could bow your heads with us, we'll go to the Father. So, dear Lord, thank you so much for this day. Thank you for so much for this show and all of our listeners and everybody that's out there. Lord, I pray that you help everybody come together in community tomorrow with their families and everybody they love. And show some appreciation. Things can be hard. Things can be tough. You might be going through a job search right now. But you know what? We've got to be thankful for the blessings we have in our lives. So thank you for all of the great things you do for us. And in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. And go Cowboys.
Amen.
So, there you go. That was good.
All right.
Except for that.
No. It's all about the Cowboys. Guys, I want you to know right here, I got Ali Schroeder with me. Say hello, Ali.
Hello.
And Ali, I want you to hold this. Just hold that.
Ooh.
That Cowboys football.
It's going to burn my fingers.
Oh, man. That's messed up. Give me that back.
Give me that.
Guys, tomorrow it's all about Cowboys. It's all about who you know. And we're gonna take this thing to the Super Bowl is what I'm thinking.
Definitely this year.
Well, guys, we're super excited to have you back with us. We've got Ali Schroeder and Casey Hasten, and a very exciting show today because of all of the developments that have happened since our last show.
Yeah, it's been kind of crazy. I mean, the last show that we were on, I met Ali for the first time, and it was like love at first sight. And she was just had such confidence, and she was just such a strong young lady that I was just like, think about a different career. And I asked her, I was like, do you want to be a recruiter? And she said,
Maybe.
So here we are. How long has it been?
3 months? Almost 3 months?
Almost 3 months.
Has it been that long?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. And she's
Man.
crushing it. She is doing a fantastic job. And I couldn't be happier with, my unorthodox hiring from a podcast. So.
Isn't that so
That's
cool?
Great.
Yeah.
I mean, that's exactly the whole premise of our show, right?
Yeah.
I mean, in what better way for it to happen than on the
show.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So that's awesome. We're super excited to hear your story and hear how it's been going. So
It's been great. I
Yeah.
mean, I got a good boss.
Oh,
I know,
she's
right?
just saying that because I'm sitting right here.
Did you ever expect that you would come on a show and get landed and find a job and in recruiting nonetheless, right?
No, I mean, I had no idea what to expect when I came on the show, and the fact that, right out of it, you were like, we need to talk.
The whole time I'm like, because your dad was in the room too, and I'm like,
That's right.
Is this okay? I mean, you okay with this?
Right.
It's not what you sent her to school for.
Right. Your degree is in communications, I think, right? Was
Public
it
relations,
Public
yeah,
relations.
minor communications.
Minor
so,
communications,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, but she has done great, and I think she's used that communications to, I mean, let me tell you something. This girl, and you guys are salesmen, and when you're bringing new people on, probably the hardest thing to get them to do is pick up the phone, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she has no fear from day one.
Zero phone reluctance. That's awesome.
None at all.
That's perfect.
And so
I'm not scared of rejection.
no.
Well, I can tell you, I absolutely hate the phone. Don't care for it so much at all.
Yeah.
Now, it's not so much that I hate the phone. It's just I don't like making phone calls or wasting time when I'm getting someone else's voicemail, right, and playing phone tag. That drives me nuts.
Yep.
So what I try to do is schedule all my phone calls. Like, I rarely take a call unless it is scheduled.
Interesting.
Yeah. So it's not that I have call reluctance. I'll be on the phone all day long if people will answer the phone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Yeah.
So.
And I think our jobs are a little bit different because we are going after those candidates that aren't necessarily looking to make a change.
Yeah.
Because they have a
Right.
certain skill set that our clients are looking for. So if I were to send them an email and say,
Right.
hey, schedule time with me, they'd be like, who are you?
Yeah.
You know, I have to develop that relationship first before they will do that. Now, once I have that relationship and then I have them, you know, if I'm having difficulties getting in touch with them, I do have that option on my signature for them to schedule time with me.
Okay.
Love that. Love
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
So you use Calendly?
I do.
You use Calendly. Guys, I'm going to tell you something. So we teach this in our workshop. Use Calendly. Recruiters love it.
Yes.
They use it, right? So Calendly is a scheduling tool that allows you to sync up with your Outlook calendar, Gmail calendar, whatever you use, and it's client facing, so you can actually send it to them, and from there they can book a time to get on your calendar. So you could actually schedule those interviews or whatever, but it avoids a lot of that back and forth phone tag. So I love that you use that. That's awesome.
Yeah, and I usually, you know, as my recruiters get up and running, I teach them how to use it too, and it's an additional function that, you know, it's helpful.
Yeah, absolutely.
I haven't convinced him to go to BombBomb yet.
Not yet? No BombBomb?
Not yet. But, you know, I saw something interesting the other day that I wanted to share with you.
Yeah.
So, are you familiar with Jeffrey Gitomer?
No.
The King of Sales. He wrote the
King.
Little Red Book of Selling.
Okay.
He has the #1 sales podcast
Okay.
right now.
All right.
Like 2 million viewers, right? 2 million downloads. But
All
anyway, the reason that I'm bringing him up is because he had a guy on his show the other day that the only reason he got Jeffrey's attention, and it is tough to get on his show,
Yeah.
is because he sent him a video.
Send him a video. Yep.
Boom.
Yep, and he
That'd be a
said,
bomb.
and for
Bomb.
him,
Boom, boom.
for Jeffrey, who is the self-proclaimed king of sales and
Yeah.
knows everything, for him to be floored by something
Yeah.
and to get his attention was pretty big. So I really do think this videoing is
Well,
going to be the way we go.
yeah, it 100% is. Actually, I watched a video. I was on LinkedIn, and it's this big influencer, and she was talking about, you know, cold calling, and no one likes to make a cold call, right? But how to actually do a cold call the right way. If it's a completely cold situation, send an email first with a video, basically introducing yourself, letting them know you're going to call. Don't just call them out of the blue. Say, hey, you know, send them a video email saying, hey, Trevor Houston here, for whatever reason I'm reaching out. I'll be giving you a call 3 p.m. tomorrow. Just wanted to make sure you know my number when it comes across your caller ID. It's 214-585, right? So that they're expecting that call, and you could even link your Calendly down below in your email signature.
Oh, that's good.
Huh.
Right, so it's like before you reach out
So it's
cold,
more of a warm.
you're trying to warm it up
Yeah.
before you get there, before you just pick up the phone out of the blue. And anyway, so I thought that was very interesting how to use a video to do that.
That's really good. I think that for us, like sending that video before we have that initial contact with the candidate, because again, remember, it's different.
Uh-huh.
I think that and we've asked our candidates, how would you feel if we did this? And
Right.
it's really a mixed bag. Some of them are like, I would block your number, you know, and some of them are like,
Block your-
this.
Man,
I've
at least
literally
you're
had
honest.
that answer. I've had that answer.
Well, you know, I kind of like, okay, so I always try to put myself in any experience, I try to put myself in the client's shoes, right? Whether I'm buying a car or doing financial services or was to be recruited or anything. So I could picture myself working for a company, being content or happy,
Exactly.
right, in my role, and getting an email with a video in it from you, right? Couple pretty ladies in the video saying, hey, I was taking a look at your LinkedIn profile, And you can actually, with BombBomb, you could actually pull up their profile and specifically point out things on their profile that you thought were a good fit. And so what that would do for me is if I saw that, I'd be like, oh, wow, somebody actually was looking at my stuff. They saw I had value. It might warm it up to a point where I might want to actually have that conversation if I was already working and I was already happy.
Right.
Maybe. I don't know.
Which usually that's who we're talking to.
Right.
People not thinking about making a move.
They're not currently searching. They're happy.
Yeah.
Or content.
Yeah.
Which actually most people aren't happy. I saw a study that said 70% of Americans are unhappy with what they do.
Yeah,
Are you unhappy
did it
with what
say
you do?
why?
Yeah, and it had nothing to do with money.
What was
Right.
it? I just read a study on
It
this
was
today.
they weren't empowered.
So there was 4 reasons. I'm trying to remember all of them. One was there wasn't a clear direction from the company.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't appreciated. Work-life balance was definitely one of them. But money wasn't in the top 4.
No.
I forget the 4 reasons, but money was not in the top 4.
The article that I read, they were saying that it was the staff was not empowered because they didn't have the tools to effectively get the job done.
Right.
They
So-
weren't equipped
Yeah.
to be able to get the job done.
I've read one other one in there that's their boss.
Yeah.
I get a lot of that. The boss.
Yeah. Hey, if your boss is a jerk and you're not, I think that was clear direction from the company, right? Clear, defined goals. Where you're headed, what you're trying to do, and if you have a boss that's just kind of a jerk, and
It's
you're
not
not
good.
you're doing this all the time.
Or even other coworkers. I've been in that situation too, where your coworkers just make it miserable for you to come to work every day, even though you love your job.
That's
So-
what most people I talk to. It's literally the people that they work with that are the reasons. They're like, I'm uncomfortable with them, or they're not friendly, and so they want to leave.
Yeah.
What was it that Evan Carmichael said? He said people that say they want to retire or they want to leave work and go just lay on the beach, they don't really want to go lay on the beach. It's that they hate their lives. They hate their jobs. They hate their,
Yeah.
and that's why they want to get away.
They want to get away.
There's some truth to that. I think that, not everybody hates their life. I think.
Well, I don't know. I
Let's go
kind of
the
want to be
beach,
on a beach right now. I don't know about y'all, but
Right.
It's not quite
It's
beach
getting
ready.
I think
colder.
you have to take it with a grain of salt, but it absolutely makes sense. I mean, look, why would you want to get away if you're happy doing what you're doing, if you're happy with your life? So
let's take a quick second and talk to our audience. So I was a little bit shocked here, guys. I want to tell you, I was looking for the LinkedIn Live notification, and LinkedIn Live is still beta, and I don't see a notification. But now I did find my stream, and Mark's as well. So that was kind of interesting, which means I don't know, I don't know if people are finding it. Let's see. Let's see who's on the line with us. So we got Meg Rose. What's going on, Meg Rose?
Hey, Meg. How are
We love you, Meg.
I saw
How
you got
are
a new
ya?
job.
Yeah. Guys, if you're tuning in right now, go ahead and tell us where you're tuning in from. Yeah, so I noticed that. This is weird. The notification didn't really go out.
Yeah. How are people going to find us?
Okay, guys. So, well, it's kind of hard.
Share.
You share it. Just everyone
I
share
shared it.
I shared it.
Everyone share it. That's so strange. I wonder why that is. No notification. It's supposed to notify everybody in the network.
I know.
Isn't that
But-
weird?
So I've got a handful on mine, and I see that you've got, maybe a baker's dozen on yours.
Yeah, but normally we've got a couple hundred.
And yeah,
So that is really strange. I guess people are having a hard time finding it.
It's also a day before a holiday.
that's true.
Yeah.
All the more reason, viewers and watchers and listeners, that you need to use that little arrow down at the bottom. Click that share button and make sure that you send it out to your networks.
Sharing is caring. Yeah, no notifications. Super strange.
Not a lot of...
I don't know if I like that so much, but that's okay. We're gonna keep going. That's what we got to do. The show must go on.
I'm not even seeing all the comments.
Yeah, well, you got to be in the stream. Are you in it?
Yeah.
Oh, you're in it. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm getting some, but it's a little mixed. I'm getting some.
Yeah, so if you
on
say
here
anything
and not
directly
here.
to me, I'm sorry, guys. I'll have to go back and look. 'Cause
Oh man. Oh well. That's okay. LinkedIn. We gotta get it.
we're helping them out, right? It's
Yeah.
beta.
Seriously. So I've got a call scheduled with one of the LinkedIn Live people to talk about inconsistencies
Yep.
and different things that we're seeing like that.
Yeah.
And people ask us all the time, how do we get to it? Like, what's the easiest way? I'm not always getting the notification. Sometimes you'll get it from your computer, but you won't get it from your mobile.
Right.
And it's like, how do I'm having a hard time, right? So I'm having that conversation with LinkedIn.
You know what'd be cool is
What's
if
that?
they could set it up as a reoccurring event on people's, so that we automatically, without you notifying us,
Right.
had an automatic, hey, time for the show.
Well, one of the things that I've been working on and trying to get worked out is to have an app. That way people can just download the app and then tune in, and they can watch archived shows and they can watch
It's a good idea.
The live show, you know what I mean? Kind of like a YouTube, right?
Yeah.
But to just have an app that goes directly to the channel.
I think that's a really good idea.
But because the live sometimes it's inconsistent. But guys, the show must go on. So super excited again. I'd like to talk, Casey, a little bit about VIP. Actually, real quick, I'm going to play this video. VIP. We are VIP.
We are VIP.
You know what I'm
you
saying?
are a VIP.
I'm a VIP?
You've been officially crowned, remember?
Oh,
when you came on the show.
That's right. We got...
You are VIPs.
That's pretty prestigious.
Yeah, I like it.
That's awesome.
Hey.
I want to come for that, what is it, the training that you did? The laughter training or whatever?
Oh, laughter yoga.
Yeah, the laughter
You
yeah.
had Jewel on your show.
Yeah. Oh,
It
yeah.
was
She was
so
funny.
much fun.
Was it?
It was so... I'm telling you guys, you can't help but come away just feeling like your soul has been healed.
Yeah.
Because
She
you're
was
sitting
funny.
there laughing, and I will tell you, I was really surprised because two of our partners came in, and one of them, he's really heads down kind of guy.
Uh-huh.
He got into it more than anybody. And
Really?
I mean, he had the rest of us just cracking up.
Nice.
I tell you, if you're anybody that needs to do some kind of wellness program in their company, go look at I Decide Yes, because laughter yoga is where it's at.
I'm going to tell you, you have just sent us a ton of great people onto our show. And I
Yes.
appreciate all the introductions you're constantly making.
Well,
You are like
sometimes I feel like I'm bothering you.
No, you're like a master
like
network. I love that.
the consummate
Yeah.
network.
No,
It's awesome.
I thought I was good at networking. No, no, Casey knows what she's doing. Cause she makes an introduction that's not generic either. She's
No.
like, here's everything I like about this person, and here's everything I like about this person. Talk.
Go.
Y'all need to talk. And I'm like, this is amazing.
It is.
So
It's
cool.
great. Yep.
Well, thank you. I enjoy doing it.
Who was the guy you introduced me to today? Was Matt?
Matt, I'm going to butcher his name, Kretzman. Hopefully he's watching, and I'm sorry if I said it wrong, but yeah, he's going to be a really good one for you guys.
Yeah.
He's pretty amazing. I've fallen in love with him.
Yeah. And he does podcasts too, right?
He does have a podcast. It's called something brands. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
No, I got it. I just downloaded it. I just listened to the first one. Hold on. I was listening to it. Sorry. No, I was listening to Cubans 2.0. It's Battle Ready Brands.
Battle Ready Brands.
And he
I'll have to go check it out.
Yeah, he talks about some of the trials and tribulations that entrepreneurs go through and highlights companies kind of like I do. But I've listened to one. I'm going to listen to another one, so that's always a good sign because you know how I am about my podcast.
Yeah, uh-huh.
So yeah. I think
How's your podcast going?
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
I have had some really killer guests, and I just am having so much. I don't even care if anybody's listening to it. I like it.
It's fun, right?
It's
It
so
is,
much
yeah.
fun. I would say favorite guests. Everybody's my favorite guest, but I was really proud to get Zig Ziglar's son on there.
Hey,
Tom Ziegler.
very cool.
He
Yep.
was amazing. You guys, I think everybody really, for your episode, because you guys are just so carefree and it's not structured. Most people are just kind of like, they love to go back and watch that one.
Yeah.
So we get a lot of repeats on that one.
Yeah, we decided a long time ago. So in the beginning, right? There was a
was
script.
piano.
There was a script, and I remember I had it all because that's just the way I am.
Yeah.
I'm like, I had it all written out and everything, and the owner of the studio, Mark Warner, was like, guys, that was pretty bad.
That was
That was pretty bad. It was like, it's just too
dry.
and like he's like, you gotta just cut up a little bit. And so we kind of had our script for maybe a couple episodes just to get the routine of like what we want to say and the intros and the outros and stuff like that. But from there, I don't I don't even think about the show beforehand. I'm like,
You know,
who do we got coming on?
Yeah.
I don't even know. I'm like, I have a calendar, my Calendly. Right? I have my Calendly.
We're using that to book guests now, too.
See? I told you.
Yes.
So I've got a calendar full of guests, and I'm like, who do we got today, Mark? Oh, and I look, and I'm like, oh, okay, we got so-and-so and so-and-so.
And you're like, oh, it's Casey today.
Let's do it.
You know, and I was like, because I know you guys have done hundreds of these, but, you know, I'm still a baby podcaster, and I just did my, I think, 19th show, but we've only released through 17.
Okay.
And I remember the first show that I did, and I went in there and I was just like, all day long, Marissa and I was like, okay, let's talk it through. Yeah. And she was pretending to be the guest, and I was asking questions. And now I'm just kind of like, where's my notes?
Yeah.
And running out the door at 3 o'clock to go get ready. So it's definitely more comfortable with it.
Well, yeah, that's what it's all about. You extend your comfort zone, right? You stretch and extend your comfort zone. So I'm curious, why did you start the podcast in the first place? Like, why did you do it?
Well, like you said earlier, I'm a very good networker, and I met a lot of people. I gain a lot of information every time I meet somebody, and I wanted to be able to share those thought leaders and the people that I meet and those connections with our candidates and our clients, and also like our clients. I want to highlight our clients, because right now in this job market, the unemployment is so low that our clients are having a hard time attracting good talent because people don't know their story. Mm-hmm. And so my goal is to get them on the podcast and let them tell their story so that talent will come to them naturally.
I like it.
Yeah, I can totally identify with what you're speaking to. As a matter of fact, we had a meeting this morning with a young lady who she got an offer, and she had 3 other irons in the fire. Mm-hmm. And she accepted that offer, but she got 3 additional offers at the same time, and she ended up
rescinding.
Yes, and she ended up She ended up accepting that offer, but then having to let them know she had these other offers, and they negotiated, but they weren't able to meet it. And so she went and negotiated with another offer and got it. So, just like you said, I mean, not only are people having to go out and find and source, but they're also, when they find somebody, having to really put their best foot forward and attract and retain
and
that
to
person.
Keep them, for sure. And that kind of goes back to what we were talking about earlier about culture. I mean, what are you doing as a company to attract, especially the millennials? That's our workforce. You know, I did a whole series of interviews not too long ago, and, you know, we were talking about, you know, what are we going to do? And, I mean, we're suffering, guys. We're probably going to have to go reach into those people that have gone into retirement and pull them back into the workforce because we don't have enough people.
I got an idea. Here's my idea.
I know what it is.
Go to a local place called Frisco Connect every first and third Tuesday from 9 to noon, and you can connect with a whole bunch of good talent right there at that group, and you'll actually get to meet the Who You Know Job Networking Show at the same time. So I think that'd be a great place for you to get some good talent.
I set you up so good for that.
You like that? That's awesome. Guys, also,
I like those new coffee cups.
Yeah, you like the coffee cups?
Yeah.
You guys like coffee cups? If you guys want some Who You Know swag, just,
Who you all know.
I want Who You Know swag.
You want some Who You Know swag?
You know who else? Well, my dad.
Oh, yes.
Hi, Dad, by the way. I know you're watching at home.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, Dad.
Shout out to Travel Host.
Travel Host
Shout
magazine.
out. You know, Allie, why don't you tell them a little bit about Travel Host?
Let's plug Travel Host.
She's like, oh, crap.
Oh, God.
I better not mess this up.
If I mess this up, my dad will be so sad.
Dad's watching. Tell us a little bit about Travel Host.
Yeah, Travel Host. Basically, it's a magazine. You know, whenever you go on a trip to any major city, you're in the hotel room kind of figuring out, you know, what you should be doing, what's around, you know, whether it's events, you know, food places, museums. It's just a magazine filled, you know, with all the best places in the area. Kind of gives you, you know, quick descriptions about, you know, each place, and just to help you out whenever you travel. Get you some ideas.
And so Travel Host is hiring.
I believe so.
Yeah, they're hiring. Yeah, so me and your dad have. She's like,
I know y'all have talked.
Yeah. She's like, sorry, Dad, but no. Me and your dad have had several conversations, and they're hiring, and they actually are looking for someone here in Dallas. Which blows my mind because Dallas is huge, and there's a lot of people traveling here. I mean, this is a...
What about Frisco? Is Frisco its own territory?
I can't rember if that is or not, but basically it's an entrepreneurial type of role, right?
Mm-hmm.
They help you create a business. You own your business, and it sounded like a very, very good venture. So I would connect with your father, Bill Schroeder.
Yes, everyone. Bill Schroeder.
Bill Schroeder. I think it's on LinkedIn. Is it William?
Yeah, it might be William.
Yeah. So on LinkedIn.
So William Schroeder.
Connect with William Schroeder on LinkedIn if you have any interest in that. But it sounds like a really good thing for people who are tired of the corporate ladder and want to build their own ladder, want work-life balance, unlimited earning potential. Sounded like a really good opportunity. So.
And you're just promoting your city.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. Well, and I think a lot of it too is you're going to get different restaurants and places that are entertainment to advertise with you in that program. And basically, like you said, at hotels, when you go to visit a new place, you open it up and it tells you where all the cool things are to go do.
I always look at those.
Yeah. It's like, what do I go do? I'm here. What do I do now? So, anyways, sound like a pretty cool venture. So,
yeah, I think that it'd be a great opportunity for the right person. I mean, we had a bunch of people in our network just come through that were sales, marketing background. Like, would be great at that.
Is that the kind of background he's looking for?
Yeah,
probably. Okay.
Yeah, he pretty much when we were talking, I don't think there's any specific back. You're really looking for a go-getter, someone who wants to own and control the business owners, the entrepreneurs. That's kind of the type of mindset you're looking for.
Gotcha. And so are they buying a franchise? Is that what they're doing?
It's kind of like a franchise, yeah. And so they equip you with all the tools and they give you all the right training and everything that you need to go and you get, if I'm not mistaken, you get kind of like a territory. So you would get Dallas would be your territory. And I couldn't believe when he told me that Dallas wasn't taken already.
Huh.
Like one of the travel places, the country.
Right.
Anyway.
You could just go up and down Beltline and get restaurants and stuff.
Oh my gosh, there's so much here. So anyway, I thought that was sounds like a great opportunity for somebody, for the right person.
Yep.
So, so how are you liking
VIP?
VIP, yeah, the VIP
It's
experience.
great.
Being
Good
VIP.
boss.
Yeah.
Teaches me.
I'm kicking her under the table. That's
Have you hired anybody yet?
No.
No, not yet. What are you looking for right now?
What aren't we looking for?
Right. No company names, but
yeah.
Staff accountant, senior accountant,
Senior financial analysts,
we've everything.
assistant controllers,
Accounting managers.
Controllers, okay.
Yes. And our companies are being very, very, very specific. They're very specific searches. We call them purple squirrels.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
what
Is
we
it
have to have.
direct, contract?
We are working on the direct hire side. We do
okay.
have some contract opportunities, but there again,
Direct's even better.
Direct's
Yeah,
well, direct's better, but we're having a hard time getting people that want to do contract work because unemployment's so low.
Right.
So, especially in our world. So, so yeah, we're working on so many different roles right now.
What does a day in the life of a recruiter look like?
Yeah. What do you guys do?
lots of sourcing, talking to people on the phone.
Yeah.
So when you come in the morning, you're hitting the phones, or what is it?
I start my morning sourcing.
Okay.
Sourcing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I let my recruiters choose the time when they are best, when their circadian high is hitting, and that's not the same for everybody. Like some people like to come in and hit the phones first thing in the morning and then source in the afternoon, and Allie decided she wants to source in the morning and call in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm slower in the morning.
Yeah.
I can't do a strong conversation
Yeah.
right
You're
at
like,
9 a.m.
You're like, that's not happening, not for
does-
me.
She does really well, though. I've been very proud of her because, this is her first professional job, and, she's always on time. She's always where I need her to be. She's on point.
Good.
So she has been very easy to train.
Thank
Kind of
you.
spoiling me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, as you're sourcing, is it phone work? Are you doing a lot of work online as well? Are you getting people that are coming in through your portal and through your website, or is it calls?
It's everything. A lot of it, sourcing wise, is through LinkedIn.
LinkedIn, yeah. Mm-hmm.
All like the
LinkedIn.
specifics that you need, you can help sort it out. Reach out to people that way, call them, and then also going through what we already have in the database, and then kind of checking in with them and be like, hey, where are you at with your job? Or like, are you even interested looking at a new opportunity? So yeah, it's just.
Yeah, we have candidates in our system that haven't probably been touched in 2 to 5 years. Mm-hmm. And so those are the ones, especially if they've been at a job for a while, those are the ones we want to talk to again and reconnect with and just say, what's going on? You've been there for a while. How's it going? Have you thought about making a move? And if not, who do you know?
Who you know?
Who do you know?
Who you know?
I mean, but you do that after you build that rapport with that person, right? I'm not going to call you and say, oh, you don't want a job? Who do you know?
Yeah.
The first time I talk to you. I want to build that rapport and build that relationship so that you trust giving me the names of your friends.
Any particular reason? I'm just curious, right? Because I know this is a lot of companies are doing this where they're going after people that are already working, already employed. What about the people that aren't working?
It depends on how long they haven't been working, and I'm just going to be very transparent here.
Sure.
That's
what we need in this world.
I know.
We need more people like you.
It hurts my heart to have to say this.
Yeah.
But, the question I get with unemployment, especially I'm in the accounting and finance space.
Yeah.
Unemployment's at 1.5%. That's almost non-existent.
Got it.
If you haven't worked in a year, you're going to have to give me a good reason why.
Okay. What would be a good reason?
Family emergency.
Yep,
Okay.
family.
I get that a lot.
Family emergency. Okay.
And this is not something we share with our clients necessarily, but if you think about it, I'm the gateway to that employer.
Sure.
And being the gateway, I'm also your champion.
Sure.
So if you can make me understand why you haven't worked in a year, if it's a sick dad or it's I've had some really interesting reasons from people why they haven't worked.
Right.
And once you convince me, and I know that, and believe me, I can smell it if you're lying to me, but you have to convince me, I'm willing to go to a client and stick my neck out for you.
Guys, I got to tell you something. So we are coming up on 2020, okay?
Crazy.
And everything in this world is just... The information's right at your fingertips, and so if you're lying about stuff, people are gonna smell it.
We'll know.
Yeah, they're gonna smell it. They're gonna be able to look it up and see it. You know what I mean, online, and just anyway.
Wow, that's another thing too. Now that you mention that, I just had this happen the other day. I was looking at this guy on LinkedIn, and recruiting's a very small world. But I was looking him up on LinkedIn, and I thought, oh, this is a great background. Why have we not reached out to him? And I go look in our system. Completely different resume than what's on LinkedIn. And then there's a note in the system from one of the other team members saying, do not call this person because one of the companies he listed on his LinkedIn, never heard of him.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
There's just a lot of, there's a lot of great people out there.
Yes.
There's a lot of bad people out there in anything. And, I feel on both sides because I hear a lot of that kind of stuff going on. And it makes, for the good people, it makes their job harder.
Yes.
Right? I also hear on the flip side, so you got to be careful because there are people out there preying on the bad situation. There are scams out there that are targeting job seekers. Just saw an article, or not, it wasn't an article, it was a news story about it. And they're doing these really shady stuff to get money. Really, bottom line is they're scamming job seekers.
Are these the ones that are saying we'll help you find a job, but you have to pay us?
It wasn't that. When I watched this news, it was almost like it was a fake job. Okay. Yep. Okay. And they paid them, but then they like said they paid them too much. Oh, this is an accident, so you need to send us back. And so what would happen is they would send back their account information. Right? And then they would drain their account.
Wow.
So it was like, hey, we got this job, and all of the profiles looked legit.
Right.
Real companies. They were using real profile pictures and real profiles. Like, it would be like if somebody used my profile.
Maybe they have.
No, I hope not. Guys, you let me know if anybody used my stuff. But no, it was like they were using executives' profile pictures and all this kind of stuff and creating fake stuff to target and scam people. And it's just like people like that, they have a special place.
Yes. That.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're not out to scam anybody, I promise.
No,
We have real
no.
jobs.
No, definitely not you. Definitely not you. You are VIP.
We are
Right?
VIPs. Yes, we are.
Yes, but no, but there's a lot of stuff out there, guys. So the only thing I say is just be as transparent as possible in this world. You just have to. You can't.
And it just goes to show
Hide
you that
stuff.
it's gonna
up
everything will
to you.
catch up to you in the
Oh,
end.
yeah.
Yep.
It's gonna catch up to you.
Well, and I hope
Absolutely.
they catch up to those people that are doing those scams and stuff like that. So anyway,
Sooner rather than later.
yeah. All right, let's take a quick second and talk to our audience real quick. Let's see who we got with us. Let me refresh this.
We got a whole bunch of people.
We got a whole bunch.
Well, kind of. They're on different platforms.
They are. They're kind of all over the place.
Mm-hmm. We got
All right.
Greg Washington, Frank Lott,
See Gina
Tim
Tamarka in the
Bradley.
background.
Hey, Greg Krause. Greg, are you in Denton? You wrote #Denton. So let us know if you're back from Florida. Carla Cruz is over in Azle. Tim, again, Bradley. He's over in McKinney.
Yeah, go ahead and put a hashtag what you're searching for. I would love to see that. So hashtag IT or project management, QA, accounting and finance, whatever it is that you're looking for, go ahead and put a hashtag in the comments section so that
think I'm getting all
we
the
can then
comments.
get some of our recruiter friends like Casey over here
Yeah.
can take a look at you. You know what I'm saying? So just put a hashtag what you're looking for, guys. We'd love to hear from
Meg
you.
Rose said, Casey, I'm looking for a move. And then I asked if you guys needed to talk, and she said that you guys are BFFs.
Oh, yeah, we are.
Yeah,
For
BFFs.
sure, Meg Rose is my BFF.
But
sure.
she said,
Love that.
she said, reach out to her, please.
Okay. You
Love
call
it.
me on Monday.
There you go. Boom.
That
See
way,
that?
in case I
Another
forget.
hiring
Yes.
on the Who You Know show.
On the Who You Know, live.
Love it.
Meg Rose just landed recently, though. But she
Yeah.
might be one of those people you're looking for. That
Yes.
right. That she's working now. So
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll not
More-
expose everything
more
here.
No.
So, yeah, I love Meg Rose.
Yeah, she's awesome.
So, yeah, who else is on there?
We got a bunch of people on Trevor's. That's where most of the people are. I
Well,
think.
you know what is so weird because it doesn't show that on mine. Like I
Greg
don't.
Washington.
The live is kind of like skewed right now. I don't know what
Somebody
is
named
going
William
on.
Schroeder.
Who's that guy?
Oh,
Just
that's-
kidding.
Hey,
Say-
Bill.
You used to
Say
say
hi.
to him.
Hey, Bill, what's going on? How are you doing? Good to see you.
Patrice Ewan and let's see who else. Vez.
You know, Tommy Crenshaw moved.
No.
Oh yeah, he did. That's
Yeah,
right.
he
yes.
moved out of state. I was sitting there looking for him, and I was like, oh, he's not here anymore. He could still jump on the show.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He can
Oh,
do
yeah,
a remote
totally.
for sure.
Yeah, we can do a remote show with Tommy.
Fun
Tommy,
show.
if you're listening, man, we appreciate you. Well, I guess again, there's something wrong with LinkedIn Live, but that's okay. We've got a few people on
show
with us
must
right now.
go on.
The show must go on.
That's okay.
I
Are you going
just-
to do a little dance for us, Allie?
I don't think I even have room.
There's no
I
room.
knocked down
But
everything.
hey, let's talk
No.
about y'all's new studio.
You like this?
is
Yeah. Do you like
great.
this studio?
Yeah, like, that's
Yes.
pretty cool. Yeah, me and Mark put this together, did the wall. I put
It
this
looks
wall
really
up.
good.
Sure.
So,
Put
guys,
the wall up
the-
twice.
Yeah, this wall, I put it up. Oh, look at the bobblehead. You guys like the bobblehead?
This
It's the
one?
Mark. It's here. Put it up here, right here. It's the Mark Elder bobblehead. Boing, boing, boing. Love it. It's got the
He's-
thumbs up.
Yeah. Not quite as Asian as maybe he could be, but you know, it's all good.
No, but I did. I put this wall up, and then it collapsed,
Love that.
and then I had to re-put it up.
Glued?
Hey,
Yeah,
look who's
it's like
here.
those. It's like those sticky ones. You know?
Craig Broussard.
Hey, what's
Hey,
going on? Good to
Craig.
see you with us. Guys, here's something that I think is important, right? If you're a job seeker, visibility is key. People need to know you're out there. They need to
Yep.
know you're searching. They need to know what your field of expertise is.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? What a great way to do it, to do your own little podcast. And you don't have to, like, create a whole studio and all that kind of stuff. But a simple camera, cheap
Good
mic.
mic.
You could do a cheap mic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, you could spend. I saw, who was it? Oh my goodness, Travis Chappell, and he's done hundreds of podcasts, and been on a lot of different shows like Grant Cardone and some pretty big names, Evan Carmichael and stuff like that. But anyway, and he got a setup for under $100, right? Got one of those little swing arms, a microphone. I mean, you don't have to have a super expensive stuff, but the point is,
You don't even have to video.
you don't. But I think video is the key. But
I think it's important.
It is, but you don't have to.
You don't have to.
You don't have to. But just to get content out there,
Yes,
and to be the expert,
absolutely.
and you will attract people to you, and you will attract companies to you.
I told you this right before we went on, but I am, because of my podcast and because of my activity on LinkedIn, I am now becoming seen as the hiring expert.
Mm-hmm.
And I just this morning got a call from Fox 4 wanting to do a series of interviews because I'm the hiring expert. And that's because I've positioned myself in the market. I mean, I am good at my job. I'm not just saying I'm this, but I'm not,
Yeah, but
That'd be like me saying I'm an
so.
expert.
Well, I mean, yeah, but we all have gifts and talents, and you are an expert in your field, right? But what good is it if nobody knows about it, right? No one's going to view you as an expert if no one knows that.
Right.
Right? You may be seriously an expert and done, what do they say, you have to have 10,000 hours? Is
Yes.
that to be an expert, 10,000 hours?
In
In any kind of field or
Right.
whatever, right? But, okay, so what? You got 10,000 hours, but no one knows about it.
Yeah.
No.
Who cares?
Who knows? And I'm sure there are recruiters out there that can do a better job than me, but they're not raising their hand.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm raising my hand.
Well, we just live in a world where, you can, anybody, like literally anybody, can create their own destiny.
Yes.
Okay? I've had, just from doing this show and networking and stuff, I've had some really, really cool opportunities come up. One is, I'll talk more, but I can't get too far into details, but Amazon Prime. There will be a show coming out later 2021 that I'll be on.
That is amazing.
Yep.
Like on their actual Prime Video?
Yeah, Amazon Prime. So, anyway, so a lot of really cool stuff, but it's not, until you get out there and put yourself out there.
You have to. You have to be willing to be vulnerable, to
Yep.
be exposed. I know when I started this journey of personal branding, one of the things I was like, oh my God, what if somebody doesn't like me? And let me tell you, there are going to be haters out there. And you just have to blaze forward.
Haters gonna hate.
Yeah. But
They gonna hate.
When they say what they hate about you, it's really what they don't like about themselves. So,
It's deflection.
yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
What's that old saying? Everything you say. Wait, you're rubber, not. Wait.
I'm blue.
I'm rubber. You're glue.
Yeah.
Everything you say bounce off me, sticks on
Sticks,
you.
Yes.
sticks on you.
That's a good one.
That's an old one.
Yeah, you like that?
I
Yeah,
like it.
we like to have fun around here.
Bill, we got a comment here. Bill said, Casey mentioned earlier about how companies need to tell their story to attract people.
Yeah.
What have you seen as a good company storyteller versus companies who do a poor job?
So I am going to talk about companies that don't manage their online presence to start with. Reviews. Guys, those are so huge. I can't tell you how many times I'll talk to a candidate about a company and they'll come back and they'll say, oh no, I read their reviews. I'm not going there. And if you think about it, how often, do you guys go and write reviews on your company?
On our company?
Yeah.
Can't say that I
Company
have.
you work
No,
for?
no, I haven't
Do you
done
like
that.
your company?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Do you
Love it.
love your company?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Why haven't you written a review?
Have I
To let
written
other
on
people
it?
know.
Because I don't have anything to complain about.
Exactly. So when you go read those Glassdoor reviews,
Yeah, it's
It's
all
a-
complaints.
Those are
It's the
disgruntled
winners.
mad
It's
people.
It's the complainers.
probably got fired.
Yep.
Or it's usually people like they just left the job. And
Yeah.
they're like,
Yeah.
I mean-
Disgruntled employees.
yeah.
Yeah, I
I'm not
guess.
saying they're all that way, but I'm saying I want you to think about that because that's somebody else telling your story.
No, you're absolutely right. So I haven't personally written a review, because you know how this is to me. I feel like is all. Yeah,
I don't think they'll let you do a bomb on Glassdoor. yet.
but I have put in videos out there about how much I love my company.
Yeah.
But not a written.
But not-
a written on Glassdoor.
Yeah.
or
Like,
nothing
yeah,
like that.
not on,
No.
like,
Not an
or
official.
Google or- yeah.
No.
So, but
Anybody
somebody
got-
out there has.
Anybody got
Yeah.
talk to that? Yeah, somebody did, and they weren't happy. Right?
Yeah.
They probably didn't cut it.
Yeah. And so another company that I think is really telling their story well, and I'm not going to reveal the name of them yet because I'm still in negotiations with them to get them to come on the podcast. But the reason I want them to come on is because they're in an industry that is usually shunned. It's not taken. People don't like this industry.
Okay.
And when they came to me to engage me to find people for them, I'm like, why would I do that? Tell me why I need to go find people and why they're going to want to work for you. And they told me their story, and actually the impression that I had was completely wrong about what they did. And I was like, they're currently rebranding to kind of remove that stigma and telling a new story.
Yeah.
And so that's why I want them to come on the podcast to talk about that.
Yeah.
I totally get that. Like I'll give you an example. So I came from the auto industry, right? And so there's a stigma.
Yeah.
Right?
Car salesman.
Yeah, you always say like a used car salesperson.
Yep.
Right? Mm-hmm. I was a new car salesperson. Sold new cars. But he sold some used cars too. But no, seriously, there's that like stigma, and I think it's because of the past, right? There's always somebody. Matter of fact, I remember my sales managers telling me stories about like the 80s and 90s car game, and it was rough. Like the tricks they used to play on clients and customers, and
really?
they would take their keys and throw them on the roof to their trade so they wouldn't leave, and they would literally force people and pressure them and box them in, and like do some really awful things to people that you just could never get away with now.
Right.
You just couldn't. You can never get away with that now, and but they used to do stuff like that, and so. And then the finance and all these bad stigmas, and they stick to that industry, and so people just automatically have this negative perception of a car salesman, and it actually makes their job really, really hard. I'm going to tell you guys, next time y'all see a car salesman, be nice to them, because guess what? Here's what they're getting all day long. They're getting rude clients who are automatically judging them just because they're in sales.
Anything.
They want to fight with them.
They want to battle them right off the bat. And then they're also getting it on the other side from their sales manager. Their sales manager is being a jerk to them. And they're caught in the middle, and they're just getting mean people on both ends.
It's a tough job.
It's a it can be a very tough job unless you're working for a good company.
Right.
So
I just recently purchased a new car. And I will say I bought it from Sewell. Are y'all familiar with them?
Oh, I didn't know they sold Maseratis.
No. That's funny.
But they, Mr. Sewell, I guess, wrote a book on the customer experience. And they push that down from the top, which is another thing that has to happen. If you're going to create that culture that you want to attract that good talent, you have to push that culture down from the top. And everything is about the customer experience when you go in there. And so it's very refreshing.
I love that. You always have to put yourself in the client's shoes, no matter what it is. And I do that a lot in our business to try and, kind of reverse engineer. Like I always think, what would get me to the next step in the process? What would, what would impress me? What would I want to see? And those are the things that we try to implement in our business all the time. I'm like, what would help me to understand things, get more clarity, make it easier. And you think about Amazon, right? Amazon does more business than anybody else.
Yeah, it's easy.
Because it's so simple and easy, and it's just a
simple process. You say that, and I think to myself, like, what would I want? And unfortunately, like,
everything.
Me, I would want that steak dinner.
Oh, the steak dinner.
I would want the steak dinner in the seminar.
The steak dinner.
I would go to the seminar for the steak dinner.
That's funny.
Yeah.
You know what profession we're in. Yeah. We do have a comment here, which is hilarious because Meg Rose, she wrote, we were talking about industries that you wouldn't send somebody to, and she's like the oil and gas industry.
That was not the one I was referring to.
Meg Rose, because if you go there, you feel greasy.
Oh. That was not good.
Here's what we could do. Let's play a game.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Let's play a game online. Blue. So put in the comments an industry, that gets a bad stigma.
Yeah, bad rap.
Get a bad rap. There's a bad stigma. Car sales. Put it in the comment section. What is something that you perceive as a negative industry?
Should we wait for him?
No, let's see. What do you guys?
What would you say?
What's your vote?
Title loans.
Title loans. Okay, why?
Because I feel like they are predatory on lower income families.
Okay.
But at the same time, if you think about it, these people can't get traditional funding, like a loan, right? And so they have to. It's good that they have this option, right?
Got it. Yep.
But it's still very, very expensive for them.
Yeah, like title loans for your car and stuff like that, right?
Yes.
Is that what you're talking about? So you go
or payday cash
what is
advances or
get your title back from Title Max.
I wasn't going to call out any names.
But yeah, basically you take your title in there and you get a loan because you've got probably bad credit or you got some things going on. I wouldn't even be able to get
one. I haven't owned a car in I don't know how long.
Here we go. We got some good ones coming. It's all right. So, William Schroeder or Bill, media ad sales. I did that for a while. Actually, Bill, that was pretty fun. I was working for a cable company, though, a local cable company, and we were selling TV commercials. So, in that position, it was fun. Everybody wanted to talk to you because everybody wanted to be on TV. But I can see just media sales in general, like
I'm not
selling newspaper ads or selling radio spots or even TV. I mean, it'd probably get a lot of rejection. It'd be hard. Life insurance. Holly Gordon wrote life insurance.
Life insurance.
David Ferner, financial services. Peter Stamps, payday loans.
Yep.
Payday
loans. Yeah, that's another big one. One of the ones that I think gets a bad rap too are reverse mortgages.
Big time.
Reverse mortgages. Yeah.
Everybody's got this stigma or this idea of what it is, and I think probably rarely people actually know.
Exactly. And I know somebody personally that's done that, and it's been great for them. It's been absolutely wonderful. And I don't think their kids are happy about it, but...
Collections.
Ooh.
Collections.
Yes.
Ooh.
Right? Working in collections.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Well,
it's a tough one.
It's something that you have to think about, right? You have to understand and kind of put yourself again in the other person's shoes. And if you're in one of those industries like Mark and I are, right? We're in financial services. We do life insurance, right? Those were a couple of them that came up in there, right? And I remember when I first got into this industry, when we went to a training and they told everybody to draw out like a cartoon of what your perception of life insurance or financial services was. And I still have a picture to this day of somebody. I didn't draw it. Somebody else drew out this guy, and he's got money signs in his eyeballs, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's knocking on your door.
Okay.
And he's like holding up like you want some life insurance or something like that.
Yeah.
And he's like and that was the perception, right? And so how do we, in our industry, change that perception and to get people to understand, the education that goes along with it and to help people through the process? Because people still need that, right? Amazon's actually going to start selling life insurance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think
really?
it's not just that.
Amazon's taken over.
If it's sales in general, the best way to overcome any of those stigmas is give first.
Oh my gosh, I was about to say that, yes. So as recruiters, people see us kind of like used car salesmen a lot of times. And that's one of the things as I'm teaching Allie and the other people on the team that I'm trying to get them to do is to give value first. And just like you say, and that's why we're doing this podcast. We're not trying to make money off this podcast that we're doing. We came together as a collective body and decided that we wanted to do something to give value to our candidates and to our clients. We're not asking you to do anything. We're just we're giving you all this information, all these great thought leaders, that's going to help you in your career and in your personal life. I mean, come on, Tom Ziegler for one. Choose to Win. He grew up at the feet of Zig Ziglar. He had some really good information to give, and it was amazing. So I always have them, when they're interviewing candidates, I want them to, even if you get an interview and it's not through me, call me. Let me help you prep for that interview. And we're giving value immediately that first meeting.
Yep.
I love that. I think that, I think it was Zig Ziglar actually that said, if you want to become a millionaire, help a million people.
Yes.
If you want to become a billionaire, help a billion people. Right? And it's not even really, I don't feel like that message is tied to the money. Like, you know,
It's not
even necessarily about the money. It's about, you know, bringing so much value that it's just going to come back. You reap what you sow, and if you're sowing good seed, you're going to reap good harvest. And so, you know, also no expectations. Like we give, Mark and I, and what we do with the Who You Know show, like we give, and people that know us and know our true spirit, they know it, they see it, and I give with zero expectation of anything. Just because I want to help. Matter of fact, there was a guy we were talking to online. I'm trying to help him. There's some, you know, he's unemployed. You can see it on his LinkedIn profile, and I'm trying to help him, and we're going back and forth. And he automatically shut us down because he sees on my profile insurance, right? First thing. Then I'm like, hey, but no, there's some other stuff that we do with the, you know, da-da-da-da. And I said, it's a ministry for us. We like to give back. And he said, oh, you said ministry, so that's a double no. Double no. He goes, I'm an atheist, and da-da-da-da. And like, and my heart just you know, I was like, I want to help this guy even more. Like, I don't know what I need to do to help this guy.
Let me help you.
It doesn't have anything to do with anything, but just I want to help you, you know. But people shut you down. Yeah. Right? They just automatically shut you down.
Sometimes it's like when I run into people like that, it's like it is like that because you want to help them even more.
Yep.
To I don't know. Maybe it's wrong. Maybe it's a wrong motive. Like to show them, like you were wrong.
You.
Like I totally am gonna help you.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you let me.
Yeah.
If you let me.
We had, when Allie first started, we had an episode where she reached out to a lady, and the lady had a really bad experience with a recruiter, and she was just like, "What do I do with this?" I'm like, ask her to give you another chance, because I know when I was looking for jobs, I found a lot of bad recruiters too, but if I hadn't given that last recruiter a chance, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing today. You know? And so we got on the phone with her together and convinced her to come back in, and at the end of it, she was just like, you know, that was a totally different experience. Thank you.
Well, yeah, Allie, what was your, I guess, did you have any impression or, I guess, preconceived image of what recruiting and what recruiters were before the last show?
No.
She's like, whoa.
Do I need to leave the room?
No, I'm trying to think. I mean,
how do I put this tactfully?
I honestly kind of thought they were scammers,
Okay.
and only because of like my last semester in college, they blow up your LinkedIn, and they would send me jobs and stuff like that. A lot of them were actually insurance, and but they would just like literally just blow up your mail, and I'm like,
you want to sell some insurance?
Yeah.
Did they dollar signs right?
Yeah, right. But it was like not even like personal, so I'm like, it's literally just like mass sent or something.
Yeah.
So I literally just didn't talk to any of them.
Yeah. Well, and on that point, in our industry, right? I'm just going to throw this out there. In our industry, I think the recruiters in our industry need a better approach. They really do, because to your point, you were on this side of the fence, and you were just getting bombarded by people saying, hey, you want to sell insurance? You want to sell insurance? You want to sell insurance? Yeah. And it's like, whoa, hold on. It's kind of a turnoff. And so it's not a good experience.
Right.
Right? And so it turns people off, and they get a bad stigma. They do. They get a bad stigma. Mark and I, we try to help people out with the Who You Know Network, and we get that stigma on us. And I'm like, whoa, I didn't even say anything about that. Like, we're not even talking about that.
Right, like, whoa.
Like, we haven't even talked about that. Like, that's totally, we can help you in other ways, you know. But people automatically put that fence up. So I think what would be cool for people to do is any industry that they feel like has a bad stigma, go try it. Go jump in their shoes. Go switch shoes for a little bit. And maybe have a little bit of empathy.
I like that.
Right? Have a little bit of empathy and put yourself in another person's shoes and see what it's really like. Because we don't know everything. None of us do. I don't know what it's like to be a recruiter.
Do you want to come play with me for a day?
Let's do it.
Me and Foster on the last show, we were talking, right?
Oh, they got into it. Did you watch the last show?
No, I didn't get to catch it. Because literally you guys come on right before I have to record my podcast. And so I'm usually getting ready when y'all are going. So.
It was A little tense.
Well, Foster, if you're watching,
We love you,
brother.
Foster.
Happy Thanksgiving. So,
And thank you for taking care of Allie at South Lake.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Thanks. It's always good seeing you on Thursdays.
The job. By the
The
way,
job
who are we
father.
talking about? We're talking about the job father.
yep, talking
Yep,
about
yeah,
this
oh, yeah.
guy in the middle,
Oh, yeah,
Foster Williams, the job father. And we just only have 4 chairs in here today, so we had...
You kicked him out?
no, it's not about kicking out. No, it has nothing to do with that. Man, you guys are making us look bad, man. Like, kicked him out? No, like... I guess I could have just done the production, and Foster could sit right here. Maybe.
Yeah. We could have Skyped him in.
Yeah.
Foster, call on in.
Foster.
877-3. Oh no, that's
no, that's the old studio. But no, seriously, on the last show, it was really good. It's funny because I watched it afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Foster kind of were butting heads on a subject, but it was all out of love, all out of passion, right? We both, you could see our hearts just coming out, right? And
I'm gonna have to go watch it.
you need to. And I went and rewatched it later, and I was like, you know what? We were both right. Totally. He has a point of view that in his perception, in his shoes, he was right. And I was like, I have a point of view, and in my shoes, I was right. We were both right. It's funny.
And you know what? I was right because I said that you both were right.
You did say we were both right.
Everybody's right.
So here was kind of the thing, right? We were talking about, his point of view is because he's been in recruiting for forever, right?
Right.
The intros, the referrals.
Yeah, to endorse
warming
somebody
it
or
off.
send them off, like he's going to review their resume and make sure they're a good fit and know who the person is before he sends them on. Right, and I agree with that, actually. He's held to a high standard because
He's a recruiter.
that's what he
He
does.
should know better.
He should know that. And my point of view was, I'm not a recruiter. I don't know. I wouldn't know if I looked at a resume and a job description if it was a match, if it hit me in the face. I wouldn't know that because that's not what I do.
But you are a networker.
But I am a networker. And so what I do is I help pass people along, and I'll say, hey, Casey, this person just applied at your company. Can you take a look at them? Now, I have no idea whether they're a good fit for the job, whether they're even a good person.
Right.
I don't know
They
that.
could be a felon.
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll cut shot.
Yeah.
But could you, they're in my network.
Right.
They let me know that they applied at this company. Will you take a look, right?
Yeah.
And so, and because of that, just by that handoff, we've helped many, many, many people land jobs because of that. And so I think we both have a good point of view. And it just came out, and we were it was different. It's a different point of view.
It is different.
Because we come from different backgrounds.
But I do that all the time too. Like if I know people will call me, and that's another give that I give. I'm like, if you're interviewing at a company, or if you're wanting to interview at a company, and you've already applied online, call me and see if I know somebody there, because I can say, go find that in the black hole.
Exactly.
And I had that happen the other day. And my guy, my hiring manager was like, yeah, Casey, he is in our system. Thanks. I'm not paying you a fee. And I'm like, I didn't ask for a fee.
Right.
I knew he had already applied. I can't represent him. I just he's a good guy.
Yep.
I want you to go find him.
Love that. And that'll come back.
Absolutely.
That's what we're talking about, give first.
Yeah.
Right? You helped somebody. You went out of your way to help somebody.
Yeah.
Even though it wasn't going to do anything for you at all. And you knew it wasn't going to do anything for you. Most people would just say, it's not worth my time. Right? But you go in above and beyond to help that guy.
So here is something where it did come back to me, okay? I'm working with this company, and it was a pretty difficult position, and I found the one. You know how you just go, because you find the one, and you know it's the one. And so I'm sitting there talking to her, and I'm so excited, and she goes, I've already applied online for that job. And I went, I said, okay, I'm really good friends with the hiring manager, so I'm going to go call him right now, and I'm going to let him know that his little piece of gold is sitting there in his black hole. And so I called him, and I said, all right, just go ahead and say thank you. I'm giving this to you for free. And I could have not said a word, and she could have sat there and never got the job.
Right.
And so, and I could have filled it with somebody else, right? And made money. But I chose not to do that. I chose because she was really good.
Sure.
And so he came back to me, and he goes, Casey, they can't find her in the system.
Oh.
And she knew that she had applied.
Oh.
They did not find her.
And so you got to represent her.
I represented her. She's now working there.
Bingo.
Yeah.
And because you brought it to their attention, he said, hey, I love that. So he told you, hey.
And he knew that I was going to give it.
He could have reached out to her directly.
I would have hurt him.
Right? But he could have. You see what I'm saying?
He could have, but he and I had a very strong relationship.
That's what I'm talking about. It's all about relationships and giving first. And you're not going to build those relationships if you're not bringing value to your network.
Yep. Exactly. And that's exactly what Mike Ray had commented when we were talking about how to... The relationship was a comment. So, Mike, great comment. And welcome back to the DFW area, by the way. Loved having you in the workshop, and thanks so much for coming and for all you do with the Career Transition Network.
Well, let's talk about the workshop real quick. So I'm gonna hit the little play button on there. We've got the Who You Know Career Transition Workshop over there at the Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters, because they are 5-time Super Bowl world champions, and if you want to be a world champion in your job search, you need to come out.
Is your eye twitching?
To the Who You Know Job Networking Show Career Transition Workshop. And we're going to help you learn technology, this bomb stuff we keep talking about. What the heck is that? Calendly. How do you use that in your job search? How do you get recruiters' attention, hiring managers' attention? Get those conversations started. How do I get out of the black hole? Right? Because you're in there. I don't care what you do. Like, you can beat your resume up till you're blue in the face. All this custom. And I know they tell you you're supposed to do it. And yes, you're supposed to do it. But guess what? You can do that till you're blue in the face. Why not spend that same amount of time getting a decision maker involved, getting human beings involved, and rehumanize your job search process? That's all I'm saying. So come out every Monday, 1 to 5 at the Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters. You can actually register. There's a link up above in the description section of this video. You'll see it. It's called the Digital Business Card. You can click on that. I'm also, here in just a second, I'm going to pull up a QR code. So you could actually just scan that QR code, and that will take you to it as well.
I know.
Yeah, you just hit this little thing right here.
Yeah, just watch out for the Kerr code.
Just go ahead and hit that little QR code, and that will take you right to the
really
digital
fancy.
business. You like that?
Screens now. That's pretty. I'm sitting here watching him do the production.
I know.
It's really.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say it's really fascinating.
So I also want to just point out too, if you haven't checked your phone settings in a while, for those of you who are using a real phone and not Apple, you really what you can do is on a real phone, also known as an Android, you can double tap to get your camera, and then when you hit your settings, you can actually turn on where your camera will automatically recognize and scan QR codes.
Yeah.
So that's a really easy way to do it. Now you can just open up your camera like you're taking a picture, hold it over the QR code, and it'll automatically scan it.
Okay.
So that
still haven't sold me
Isn't
an
that cool?
Android.
Right.
Again, it's only on real phones. So.
Is it? Well, I mean, I would bet that.
I don't think Apple has it yet.
You don't think it has that yet?
No, I don't think they'll ever get it.
You don't think they'll ever get it?
No. As a matter of fact, you probably should just go buy an Android phone right now.
Do you have stock in Android?
No, I don't. I don't own stock in Android. So.
And well, we're recording on iPhones right now.
Right.
Literally all Apple products.
Right. Yeah. It's literally all Apple.
Yeah.
As I hold up my.
I was gonna say, Apple
Let me
don't
flip,
like Cowboys.
guys. I'm gonna show you a little behind the scenes. I'm gonna flip the camera actually around here. Look at that. So there's one camera right there, okay, and that is an iPhone connected to what's called a DJI. And look, there's another one right there.
And that's all connected.
Yep, and I can control all that stuff from this really cool feature called Switcher.
The
Switcher
handbones
Studio.
to the
Yeah.
bone.
On an iPad.
On an
Yep.
iPad.
Look, I'm over here, and I can move this camera. Wait, is that the one? Is that the one?
I don't
No,
think
wait.
so.
No, wait, here it is. Look, I can move this camera over here. Oh, there I am. I'm actually moving the camera, turning it,
I
all that
see.
kind of stuff. Isn't that cool? Isn't that kind of neat? Kind of neat. You guys are getting a behind-the-scenes look of the Who You Know Job Networking Show.
There you go.
And anyone can do this, guys. You can do it too. It's not that difficult. Okay, I am a millennial, but it took me a little bit to learn it, but you can learn it too. So,
hey, Tim Bradley, I stand corrected. It's not a setting. It just does it. That's what he said.
Oh, it just does that?
It just does it, I guess.
Yeah, so what Mark is saying, Mark tends to take a really
Where's that QR code again?
long way to say stuff.
pull that QR code up again?
Yeah. Here, I'll pull it up. There you go. There's the QR code. So just take a picture of that, guys. Pull your camera out and take a picture, and it will pull it in.
Are we a little delayed here?
Yeah, there's a little bit of...
Oh, live, there's always
Yeah.
like a 30, 45 second delay. Yep.
Yeah, but it's cool. It does it.
Yeah, you can just scan the QR code, and it'll pull up the digital business card. Pretty neat, huh? So...
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe we should check if Apple has it.
Does
guys
Apple?
have-
You want
guys
to try
have-
it?
You want to try it?
You want to try it?
You just do it
You
with your
should try
phone.
it.
Or
Yeah.
Guys, does
Yeah.
Apple have
Okay,
that?
guys, try it with your phones. If you have an Android or an Apple, either one, try it and see if it scans, if it
Mm-mm.
recognizes and scan.
Oh,
Did it do it?
it did it.
Did it?
Oh.
Apple wins.
Apple wins.
All right, well, here's another tip or trick for you job seekers, okay? So that QR code is connected to our digital business card, okay? How many of you job seekers right now have a business card? You have a physical card, right? And you're handing that out and you're connecting with people. Well, use technology. This is a technology called Inigo, I-N-I-G-O, and it can set up a digital business card with your own QR code, and you can share it, and you can do all kinds of cool stuff with it. So connect with that. It's called Inigo, I-N-I-G-O.
I want that.
Yeah, it's an app. Just go to your app store, download
Okay.
it. I-N-I-G-O.
I-N-I-G-O. Remember
Uh-huh.
that, would you?
So like you
Yeah.
could, Casey, for you could have all of your show stuff.
Yeah.
Everything could be connected. And then when somebody asks you for a business card, you say, yeah, here, let me share it to you. I have a digital one. And boom, now you got everything. So like here, where you're at, you've got our workshop, you've got our YouTube channel, you've
So I
got
can do like my personal brand.
everything.
Yep.
It's all
got it.
right there.
Yeah.
Yep. How cool is that?
It's pretty cool.
You know what also is neat about the digital business card? So if I was to share it to you to your email address,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to do a little light stalking for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's going to find you on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So whatever your email address is associated with,
Uh-huh.
Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, your
That's
website,
scary.
anything that your email is attached to,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to find it
Note to
in the
self.
blink of an eye.
It's a good thing you have my
Note
work
to
email.
self. Take out
Yeah.
yeah.
But no, why is that a good thing? Why would that be a good thing for a job seeker?
Because they can find where the hiring manager is at.
Bingo.
All their social.
And LinkedIn, as it's a great tool, they're getting bombarded on LinkedIn,
Mm-hmm.
right? So everybody's like trying to beat their door in. Every job seeker's trying to beat their door down on LinkedIn. So maybe that's not the best platform to get their attention to have a conversation. Maybe you go show some value first, give first.
Yep.
Right.
So maybe you find them on Instagram. I'm just using an example. Maybe they're on Instagram, and you go and you see their posts and you start to like and comment on their posts and to actually engage with them on a different platform and get a conversation started.
Even at the very basic level, like just seeing what they're interested in and being prepared during your conversation whenever that's going to happen down the line.
Totally.
Being able to talk to, like you see on their Facebook post that they just did a triathlon or something. Maybe you do triathlons.
Yeah.
Maybe they collect Beanie Babies and you've got 100 Beanie Babies. I don't know. who knows, right? It could be anything.
Maybe they like the Cowboys.
Maybe they like the Bears.
What was that?
Maybe they like the Bears.
No bears around here. Ain't no bears around
I'm
here.
gonna have to bring in my.
How about the Cowboys?
I'm gonna have to bring in my Bears jersey. And hang
So
it over
speaking of the Cowboys, over the weekend, I'd love to hear if anybody was at the watch party at the Star. Okay,
No.
so it was amazing.
Nope.
Amazing. Okay, yeah, we
Until we
lost.
lost.
We lost to the Patriots because of a bad call, refs, whatever. You know, anytime you try to beat the Patriots, they either deflate the balls. This one's
Or they pay the refs.
Oh.
they pay the refs. So you know, it's okay. It's all good. We understand it. We gotta realize it. But there was a watch party at the Star, and there were over 10,000 people there.
Holy
The
moly.
NFL sponsors it, right? And so they invite out the community. It's free. You watch it on the field and on that big screen in Jerry's World. And they got
Huh.
vendors out there. I got autographs from. I got autographed jerseys from Jalen Smith. Now he was playing, but I got
Yeah.
2 jerseys. So anyway, it was really, really cool. A lot of fun.
You got a picture autographed too.
What?
You got a picture autographed too.
A picture? Oh,
Picture.
no, that was Caleb.
Oh, that was Caleb.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
My stepson Caleb, he got some
That's so funny.
autographs from the cheerleaders.
Ah.
Yeah. Yeah, he was proud of that.
I bet.
So I'm actually going to a charity event on Monday that is hosted by one of the Dallas Cowboys, and I'm going to ruin this. Lael?
Who?
They just re-signed him.
Okay.
Anyway, we're raising money for our community council, and you just had Janie Bordner on your show.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
I'm gonna, despite my better judgment, we're bowling. I'm not a very good bowler.
I love bowling.
Do you?
Yeah.
You're not getting my place, sorry.
I love bowling.
But I warned her ahead of time. I was like, we're not in this to really win, are we? We're just in it to support the community council. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, let's talk about that for a second. Community council.
Yeah.
Lil Collins.
Yes, that's it.
Lil Collins.
So community council,
It's his charity event.
It's
Cool.
I messed
Community
this
Council of Greater Dallas.
of Greater Dallas. I mess it up every time. I'm sorry, Janie. I apologize. Say it again.
Community Council of Greater Dallas.
Community Council of Greater Dallas. Yeah.
Just remember CCGD.
It's a tongue twister a little bit. I'm sorry, a little bit
Did
is.
you say tongue
A
twister?
tongue twister, yeah. You gotta, yeah.
That's what we
So, guys, can you do this? Can you literally twist your tongue? Hold on, let's
Yeah,
see.
No, I
I can.
cannot.
No.
Oh, wait, I could do that.
Let me see. Yeah, no.
Oh my goodness. I
This
need
is
taco.
much better.
Can you twist your tongue?
Taco.
Anyways,
I can do that.
so Greater Community.
Great. The
Great.
CCGD.
Oh,
Community
man.
Council of
Yes.
Greater Dallas.
Of
Them.
Yeah.
So the great program.
They do. Many programs.
5,000 in 2020. Like
Yes,
they're
jobs, placements.
They're gonna hire 5,000 people in 2020.
And so we have partnered with them to help with that.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. When I say we, I mean me. But,
Yeah. Well, you introduced
Yes,
Janie to
'cause
us,
I knew you
and
two
thank
were
you
so
so
aligned.
much for that introduction, because there's a program that I've been wanting to get off the ground for a long time
I was so
called
excited.
Donuts and Dollars. And basically the premise behind Donuts and Dollars is, for a job seeker who's going through all of these different groups and workshops and different seminars and things like that, when they land, they bring donuts to tell their story about how they landed and appreciation, right?
Oh, that's nice.
So that's already that already happens right now.
Okay.
Like at South Lake Focus Group and
Yep.
Frisco Connect, that's what they do. But there's a lot of job seekers that are hurting financially, right? And so I thought, well, why not Donuts and Dollars have a fund where when you land your job and things are finally getting back financially good for you, you can donate into that fund, and then they could use that fund to help job seekers who are going through a financially rough time, maybe losing their house or going homeless. We see that a lot, actually. So I've been wanting to create that for a long time, but because I'm in the financial services industry, I can't touch that. Like Mark and I, there's no way we would lose our license.
Right.
There's no way we could do that, right? There's a lot of regulation on that. So you introduced us, and she's going to do it. Love it.
That is awesome.
They're actually going to set up the Donuts and Dollars Fund, and we're going to be able to give out money.
They're going to be able to give out.
Well, yeah, it'll be from them. Yeah, it'll be from them. But we'll bring them on the show
Yeah.
to do it. I'll, whoever they're going to bring, whoever they're going to give it to, we'll bring Janie and that person onto the show so that they can give out the money and help people in the community.
And I think this is so amazing, and I think that, you have to keep your eyes open for those opportunities, because I had no idea that was going to happen when I introduced you to.
No, you didn't.
And all I knew was I think
I didn't
there's
either.
a connection here,
Right? Yeah.
And I think that if we're open to making those connections for other people, even if we don't understand why, I think we're going to get back so much more value in life than if we hold those to ourselves.
I can't remember who said this, but the saying was something like this: you're brought into someone else's life for one of two reasons: either to change their life, or they're there to change yours. Right?
Yep.
So you cross paths for a reason, right? And so figure out which one it is. Are they going to change yours, or you're going to change theirs?
Well, and I think your initial mindset should be, how can I change theirs,
Sure.
right? Because I think that's when people miss things like an opportunity to talk about donuts and dollars with Janie B.
Yep.
Right? I mean, if
Janie
you were
B,
thinking
that's
about,
Janie B.
I like it.
if you were thinking about how can she help me, like what's in it for me, like you might totally miss an opportunity. And so I think philosophically, you need to be receptive to helping people. Like you will find and I'd be able to identify, you'll see opportunities where you might not have otherwise.
Well, and you're totally right about that because,
there are people that are me.
Well, Janie started talking about the mission and everything that they're doing, and I thought, man, this is such a great program that you guys have, and I believe in what you're doing so much that I told her, I was like, I want to put a little commercial or something for you in our show. And, I'm like, hey, I totally want to do that for you. And then I was talking later about donuts and dollars, and she's like, I totally want to do that for you.
Awesome.
Right? I mean, that's just what it is.
Yep.
So.
Have you guys read the book? Have we talked about this? The book Go Giver?
Yes, you have talked about that. I have not read it.
Oh, I'm going to talk about it again. Eventually, you're going to read it. Can you pull that up?
I have a stack of books that people give me to read.
Are you able to pull it up on yours?
Go Giver. I just want to read
Go-Giver.
the laws of attraction because I think that
The Laws of Attraction.
yeah.
The Go-Giver. If you've read The Go-Giver, we'd like to hear that in the comments section. Anybody read that? Anybody read out there?
There's a podcast?
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Uh-oh. The Go-Giver podcast? Oh,
Join
snap.
the Go Giver movement. I wanted to see the. Oh, there's a new book too.
The new book, yeah.
Oh my.
The Go Giver.
I gotta go, guys.
It's a great day.
She's like, I gotta go. Okay, we're done. Show's over.
So anyway, there's 5 principles, and I don't know what they all are off the top of my head, but I know that the last one, give without expectation,
Mm-hmm.
But the last one is receive. You
That's
have
it.
to be able to receive. Yeah, can you find the 5 laws of attraction?
Yeah.
Is that the name of the book, just The Go-Giver?
Yes.
Okay, so... Okay.
5 laws of stress.
So guys, check this out. It's called The Go-Giver. Looks like it's on Amazon
Yes,
right
receptivity.
now for $16 on
It is
Amazon.
so worth it.
They have an audio. Okay, you can do audiobook. I need to do that.
Okay, do that.
Okay, I need to do that
Or
because
even if you need to do Blinkist. Are you familiar with Blinkist?
no,
It's like
Blinkist.
Cliff Notes it's an app.
Okay.
But it's like Cliff Notes for books. And most of your professional and self-help and all those are going to be on there. And it gives you a snapshot of the book. It hits what they call blinks.
Okay.
The highlights of the book in like 15 minutes.
Nice. Yeah,
and
that's
you
what I
can
need.
read it
I
or
needed
you
that
can
in
listen.
school.
The Cliff
I
Notes.
know, right?
Yeah, Cliff Notes. I think, it's actually kind of scary. We're getting to a society where people don't read. Like, they really don't. I mean, people do read. You know what they're reading? They're reading videos.
Literally.
Literally,
Or their
the
feed on
subtext.
Facebook. Yeah.
Yeah, the subtitles or whatever.
Yes.
That's what people are reading.
I'm telling you.
90% of video online is watched in the bathroom.
Oh.
I read that yesterday.
In the bathroom.
In the bathroom.
What's funny is we all laugh because we probably all done it. Like, I bet everyone's cell phone's disgusting. Go wash your phone.
Go Clorox your phone.
Go wash your phone. This is disgusting.
You know what? Though, back to the book for a minute, though, because I want to touch upon something that you had said, which is the receptivity, being able to receive. That also is not necessarily a given. Like, there are people that receive graciously, and there are people that receive, whatever the opposite of that would be.
Not gracious.
Not
Ungraciously, ingrate. I don't know.
Ingrate's a
No.
word, but that's,
Yeah, but I don't think that's the
not
right
not the
word.
right
No,
word.
that's not the right word.
But you know what I mean? Like, there are people that they are able to receive in a very gracious manner, and there are people that are not so much, right? And so that's an art too.
Yeah, it truly is. And that was one of the last tests in the book as this guy was going through his journey, because it's a fable. It's written like a fable. And as he's going through his journey, and he said, you're going to meet your final guest, you're going to meet your final teacher. And the teacher, well, I don't want to run it.
Okay, we'll read it.
Yeah,
Go
I don't
read the
want to
book.
run it.
Read
Yeah,
the
you guys
book.
go
Yeah.
check out
Read
the Go-Giver on Amazon Prime. See, I just need to get, they need to sponsor me. That's what I'm thinking. The Go-Giver, see? See that?
Or me.
Well, that too. Yeah. Yeah. How are they going to sponsor
I
me?
talk about them literally like on every single one of my podcasts.
How are they going to sponsor me? I haven't read the book.
Exactly.
They're like, no, sorry.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
But you know how I came across this book? Did I tell you the story?
What's that?
So I was in my Rotary, and we had a random visitor, and he, we would give away a raffle at the Rotary every week. We'd buy, tickets, and nobody ever won most of the time. But anyway, he said, we're going to draw an extra. He goes, I want you to draw an extra ticket, and I'm going to give this book away. And I'm like, ooh, because I love books. And I didn't win. And I was mad.
Mm.
And he was like, just give me your business card, and I'll send you a book. And I figured he'd forget about it, right? And about 3 weeks later, the book came. And I thought, I'm definitely stopping what I'm reading right now. I'm going to read this because I think I was meant to. And it's almost life-changing. It's that good. And I've bought it and given it away several times as well.
I love that. And you know what? I feel guilty because I've been given so many books that I have not read. I have them. They're like in my pile of books that my to-do books.
Yeah, to-do books.
My to-do books.
I have a bunch of to-do books, but I buy them all. I have a problem.
I've been given a lot of books, and it's like, I love that. It's awesome. And they look like great books, like Know Your Why.
Simon Sinek?
Yeah, I haven't read it.
Oh my
But I know I've heard about it.
Yeah.
Everybody talks about it.
Yeah.
And I was given that book
Start
recently.
with Why.
It's okay. I haven't
Is it
read
Start with
either.
Why?
Start with Why.
Here's another great book.
Find Your Why.
Right behind you. You want to grab that book up there on
I
that shelf?
can't reach it.
You can't reach it?
Oh,
Yeah?
I remember
Oh,
getting this
yeah.
book.
Yeah? Did you read it?
I read a chapter.
She says I read a chapter.
Rehumanizing your business.
I need to probably read this because I haven't read it.
You want me to bring mine into work?
After you read it. So.
I have so many books to read.
Yeah, that's okay.
That's a great one.
That's part of her professional development that we did after her first month. She's got 2 books she has to read. What's that?
He's grabbing a book.
Oh.
I got books. I got podcasts.
Yep.
I got a lot to do.
So this is all about rehumanizing. It says rehumanize your business.
Mhm.
Okay. So this book right now is the #1 bestseller on Amazon for business communications.
Okay.
Okay. And for a job seeker, I tell them all the time, your job is to communicate with businesses.
Yes.
Right? You have to effectively be able to do that and not just rely on the black hole and rely on, submitting your resume. Your resume is not going to do the trick. All right? You've got to have eyeball to eyeball, face to face, human connection. Okay? And that's what this book teaches you. But you have to incorporate this book with BombBomb. Basically, this is a training manual, all best practices to how to use BombBomb.
Okay.
And it was written by this man right here, Ethan Butte. He's the marketing VP at BombBomb. And all it really is just success stories. It's actually not even his stuff. I mean, it's his words, but basically what it is that he went out and collectively got success stories from all the users of BombBomb. Like, what's working for you? How are you doing it? How are you, using the tool to create opportunities? And so this book is all about best practices and all those good success stories. They actually put us in Chapter 9 because we teach it in the workshop and how it's helping job seekers land. So I encourage anybody that is using the tool to grab the book.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
When I finish my book, promise me you'll read it.
Oh, I'll read your book.
Okay.
When I finish my book.
I will read yours as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. I got a book I'm writing. What you got over there, Mark?
Y'all need to read this book.
Find Your Lane.
Find Your Lane.
Bruce Waller.
This is Bruce Waller. Bruce is, I think just the past chairman, or maybe he still is the chairman of Dallas HR.
Okay.
And so this is about navigating the workplace. And here it is. Find Your Lane is packed with leadership lessons and strategies to help you navigate your career to a better place.
Love
Love
it.
it.
So it's all about, kind of like maximizing your strengths, right?
Do you know
Focusing
him?
on that. Yes.
Yeah.
Bruce Waller?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. So very
I may
recent.
need an
He came out with
introduction.
this. I think this was earlier this year, last year.
I love it.
But it's a great read. It's he's super easy to read, and he's local. He's here. So there's your copy.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah. Thank
See?
you. I receive.
Ooh.
There you go.
Graciously.
Yes.
Aw.
Absolutely.
Any good books out there from our audience that you think would be a good idea for us to take a look at or put in our read pile? Any good books that you guys recommend? We'd love to hear about it.
Yeah.
Put it in the comment section.
And even better, I'll be reading them with my kids, so if they have pictures in them, that's even better. That's great.
You know, I was listening to a podcast. That's the way most of my sentences start these days. Earlier today, I was listening to a podcast, and they had this guy on there, speaking of books. His name is Vinesh, and I'm going to get it wrong. It's on that Mark Metry podcast that I was telling you about.
Mm-hmm.
But he was talking about how, and he has this company now where he teaches people non-traditionally, like kids and stuff. But he said that the reason that he's where he is today is because his dad would not let him read like normal books. Like he was reading Think and Grow Rich and, what's that one? Cybernetics. Do you know which one? You're like, no. I mean, all the books that a lot of us, I didn't start reading until much later in my life.
Right.
He was reading at 12 and 13.
Yeah,
Right.
like Thoreau.
What would I have been like if I had started back then?
Yeah.
Machiavelli,
Right.
The Art of War.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, seriously though.
12.
Yeah.
Well, they say that for successful business owners and CEOs, there's one thing they have in common. Like, there's a lot of things they have in common, but one is they read a lot.
Yep.
They
Every
read
day.
a lot of books. I think, what was it, Warren Buffett, like, reads
Like a book a day.
a book a day, something
That's
like that.
crazy.
Yeah,
I wish I could read
crazy.
that fast.
So there's that. That's one thing they have in common is they read. And then the other is, like, they get up early.
Yep. They have a morning routine.
There's a morning routine.
Usually includes meditation of some sort.
I get up at 4:45.
I get up early. I get up real early.
I have an hour of coffee.
Like last night, I got up really. I got up at like 11:50, and I got up at like 1:45.
Oh
And I
yeah.
got
got
up
a
at
little
like
one.
3:30, and then I woke up at 5.
To a bunch of crying babies.
I don't miss the crying babies.
Yes.
I'm just gonna say.
Oh yeah. Tim Bradley said we need a Who You Know library.
Who you know library.
Boom.
Hey, like that. You know, so pretty much what I like to do, and I've had that. I've started building the Who You Know University and creating videos and stuff. Basically, what I'm going to start doing is just video tutorials. If it's a book, maybe like, hey, we recommend this book and here's why. Or if it's Calendly, giving somebody a walkthrough of Calendly, how to use Calendly in your
It's a
search,
good idea.
how to use BombBomb in your search. What are the best, but doing it in a video library. So Tim, that's a great idea. I've had that thought. That way people can just go and access it anytime they want
Sure.
and know what to do and how to use this stuff.
I think that's a great idea, and I think that'd be so helpful. It'd be helpful to me as a recruiter to say, go here
Yeah.
and get the information you need.
Yep.
So,
Guys, we want to know what you are thankful for. It is Turkey Day tomorrow, so put it in the comments section. If there's anything you're thankful for, it doesn't have to be job search related. It could just be, I'm thankful for my dad,
Mm-hmm.
and I am. So my dad has helped me in so many ways. When I was young, in my teen years, I was very crazy.
no,
And
really?
did a lot of stupid things, as a lot of teenagers do.
I was going to say, that's pretty normal.
But didn't have a whole lot of structure or any guidance, and my dad really saved my life. I was, I don't know where I'd be without him. So appreciate him, thankful for him, and so we want to know what you're thankful for, guys. Put it in the comments section. It does not have to be job search related. It could be job search related. You could say you're thankful for our workshop. You can just put that in there. But
And
pressure.
I want
No
to
pressure,
join
yeah.
you at one of your Monday workshops.
Yes,
and
please.
see what all goes on since I'm referring people
Yeah.
over there. I kind of would like, and I might
You
have
can
something
see.
to add. You never know.
Oh, you definitely have something to add for sure. I know you would. Another thing that we do in our workshop is we give access to our network. Okay, so remember before I was talking about how I just facilitate a kind of a warm handoff.
Mm-hmm.
So Mark and I, between the two of us, we've got just over 20,000 in our network on LinkedIn. Okay, specifically LinkedIn, and recruiters and hiring managers and people from all walks of life. And really, the secret to it too is not just the recruiters and hiring managers; it's also the job seekers who we helped years ago,
Yes.
who are now landed, who
Yes,
are working
yes,
inside
yes.
companies. they are our little what I call who you know foot soldiers, right? They're in the companies now. They're working, and so what we do is we give access and we give our list to the job seekers, and their job is to go home and have target companies and to search through, because in that list you know their name, what company they work for, and their job title. Okay. And from there, they send us back people they want us to introduce to. And just how you introduced me to Matt today on LinkedIn, you did a virtual introduction.
Yeah.
We do the same thing to them. We introduce those people in our network, and
That's
people
awesome.
land jobs all the time.
That is awesome.
So it's pretty cool. You need to come. You need
I will
to come.
I
will come.
And we'll
it's
bring Kevin too.
Oh, yeah, shout out Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin's like, why don't I get to go? I said, because you weren't on the podcast. But Kevin started. So Kevin, let's talk about him for just a second. He recently graduated, but he played football all during college. He went on a football scholarship, and so he's all about the team. All about the team. He's like, you're on my team. You're not. You know, I actually haven't heard him say you're not, but yeah. So this is our little pod, the three of us, and he was just like, but I want to go. They started on the same day, and so
He's my big brother.
Yes.
Aw. Well, when are you going to start your podcast?
I don't know if I can compete with Casey.
Oh, whatever. There's no competing.
It's not a competition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know what I'd talk about.
Talk about your network.
Talk about life.
Talk about your college network.
What are you passionate about?
There you go.
What are you passionate about?
Yep. Talk
Alright.
about the tide.
Besides wine.
Yeah, besides wine.
Hey.
I'll do a wine one.
Hey, wine.
Like
Talking
tasting
wine.
grapes.
Like, we're drinking water out of our cups. You need to have
Right.
wine, and you need to bring guests on, and it could get a little tipsy. I'm just saying. It could be a great show.
There's a show that Jeff Crowley's office produces that's
Yeah.
called Cocktails with. Oh, I can't. Something with cocktails or cocktails with something. I don't know, but he's not allowed to put it on his video channels because they're drinking.
Because they're drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's like, no drinking on your show, Casey. I'm like, okay, fine. So
Well,
she's passionate about her cat.
you got a cat?
I sound so lame now.
No, you don't.
Wine.
I'm
cats.
passionate about my
My
dogs.
wine and my cat.
Yes, he's my son.
Well, there you go.
Shout out to Binks.
Binks. Binks the cat.
Yeah.
What kind of cat?
He's a black cat.
Black cat.
Okay.
He's quite chunky.
Was it the one that was on the Cowboys game the other day?
Actually, that was.
Is that what
Around the
Binks?
field.
Yeah.
Yep, she flew to New York. And
He's our mascot.
I
man.
just released him on the field.
They got rid of Rowdy. They were like, Rowdy, you're out of here.
Yeah,
Rowdy,
we got
the
we got this
cowboy.
cat.
Yeah, we got a cat now.
We got El Gato.
Colin
El
Whiskers.
Gato.
Did y'all see that meme where they're like, Colin Whiskers?
Yeah.
I think they.
Whiskers.
Well, this show has just kind of gone off the rails.
Yes, we have. Speaking of off the rails, let's close the show in honor of Thanksgiving. I don't even know if I'm supposed to play this. It's on YouTube,
Yeah.
No
Play it.
copyright.
public domain.
Just
Yeah.
do it.
Do it.
Do it.
But not the whole thing. It's really long.
Yeah, it's really.
Are you singing it?
I love you.
Wow.
So good.
We're losing so many right now. They're just like, they're falling off. They're falling
Like
off.
clapping's messing my head up.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody has just signed off. That's okay.
No, everybody's still here.
We're
Oh, they're
having
still there?
fun. We're having fun.
Well, get your mic off of there, man. Come on now. You're going to play the whole song?
It's not even the rest of the time.
Well,
I
you
won't play the whole thing.
Probably not.
All right, well, we're over. That's done. Get. Somebody turn this thing off.
I don't know how that works.
Yeah, there you go. Come on, Mark. Nice.
Okay.
All
All right,
right.
guys.
Well, that's our show. As
Happy
crazy as it was.
Thanksgiving. Happy Turkey
Happy
Day.
Turk Day, turkey, and go Cowboys! And we're thankful for you,
And you,
And
because that's the
you,
one that's
and you.
active.
and you. Oh wait, and you.
And you.
Yep, you're
And
right.
you.
We're thankful for all of you. Wait, there we are. Now we're on that
You.
camera. We're thankful for you. We appreciate you. We love you. Make sure you tune in next Wednesday. And that's our show. It's all about...
Don't forget Frisco Connect on Tuesday.
Is it all about... Don't forget about your Frisco Connect on Tuesday?
It's all about
who you know. Wow.